Okay, sorry, just now for corrections problem, so I will just continue. Yeah. Okay. Now, just now we are mentioning about uh, process. Okay. So in this part, the process is going to be depends on the sizes of the sizes of the enterprise. Anyone who start their business for a smaller one, of course, we're getting less process. Okay, and then for those who are having more process, a bigger medium size to biggest one, of course, the enterprise will evolving more uh, process, then the model will have more significant changes as maybe how to deal with the customer and then how to deal with the supplier. Okay, so that will be the process. Yeah? So smaller to medium to the largest one. Okay, so if you see how are they going to involving like demanding supplier, finance, okay, all that is going to conducted step by step. Okay, so if you get the smaller one, of course, maybe less process will involving. Okay, going to the medium, going to the largest one. Okay, now fail to plan for these changes could be a threaten. Okay, to be a threatens the existence of the enterprise, which is why strategic planning is so important. So here, taking a part of the process of the strategy. Okay, so maybe anyone who start their smaller business, maybe um, they will understand how to manage by starting in the beginning what they need to prepare. Okay, but getting more experience, going to the medium size, then they should be able to analyze how can they become medium size. Okay, so if you compare the smaller to the medium size, definitely the total of customer will be different, right? Because the highest, the larger the enterprise, the bigger the customer. Okay, the more the customer they will get, and then the more customer they will get, as mean demand will getting higher, productivities or services will getting higher, then supplier also will getting higher. Okay, so there will be interconnection in between. Okay, so I mean we take just two of these involving, which is quite common one, which is customer and suppliers. So from the customer and suppliers, maybe we still have a lot of things that will be involving. Okay, but that will just be but we just use it to be an example. Okay, we just use it to be an example. So when it comes through the process of giving process of supporting the e-business, so the largest one definitely will involving more. Okay, and medium size even not just concerned about customer and suppliers. Okay, but we just take example here. We don't have to mention so far. Just take an example with the customer and suppliers. Okay. Now still remember the CRM, yeah, the customer relationship management. So that will be the e-business. Yeah, that will be the e-business technologies that people use how to conduct their customer. And then supplier, which is the supply chains management, yeah, SCM. Many people also use that applications technologies to support their suppliers. Okay, so um, the implementation may be a little bit different between offline and online. Okay, the implementation, but maybe the process can consider not really different. Okay, what I'm saying that is because the offline the online supply chain management is actually taking from the basic or the basic traditional supplier relationship. Okay, so anyone who did, I mean, uh, any senior who start their business offline, traditional, they all should know how to deal with their suppliers. So when we conduct the electronic, which is mean the supply chain management, that is mean we are talking about the online, we are talking about the electronic business. So the technology that they use maybe will having much more complete than offline, but the basic process of this supplier relationship is not so much different from the offline. Okay, so we can see like how our senior, like your parents or who are doing business, definitely they are very familiar with this kind of suppliers and customer problems. Okay, and then the process. Okay, so here, what we are coming through is just we change the we change the we change from the offline to the online. Okay, so it means this is how we are trying to uh, come across with all the process which is nowadays supported by the electronic. Yeah. Of course, e-business electronic, that means the conductivity is under online. So we need what we call internet. Okay. Now the e-business strategy management process illustrate is based traditional model. So class, we don't mention about the offline, okay, because we are electronic business, okay. But here to remind that the management process is illustrated. Yeah, the illustration is based on traditional model. Okay, so that will be the traditional model of strategy management. Okay. Okay, so now I going to the next one. I don't know because I don't know if I scroll down here, maybe the student face is different again. Yeah, but if on the position that can see my face on the screen, yeah, the student below me is Tira, Livia, and Vivian. Okay, because the position here, I was just taking for three students below me. Yeah, okay, fine. So let's see about the process. Yeah. So don't forget the process of the strategic process of the e-business. The illustration is based on traditional. Okay, so we never forget from how the traditional process is created. Okay, so if you ask like this means is the business is going is the process is going to be developed without any basic from the traditional business? Definitely no. Okay, the basic is from there, but when we develop to the electronic business, maybe there will be some methodology or concept that we apply into this strategy process that maybe can make the whole system becoming more complete, saving times, more accurate, and then giving better outcome. Okay, like giving fast decision making, data analyze, forecasting, and so on. Okay, so all of that thing is considered as maybe the latest supporting concept that they can put in the strategy process. I mean, electronic strategy process. Previously, if we're talking about offline, maybe they don't have such technology. Okay, because all of us understand uh, maybe at the time they really do not have such technology, so that's why everything will be done manually. Okay, is that possible to do it manually? Of course, yeah, but maybe the process will take times. Okay, the process will take times, and then the accuracy probably need to recheck. Okay, and then problem analysis, data analysis maybe will take times as well. Okay, so that will be the differences. Yeah. So that's why just now the first page we always emphasize. Yeah. Okay, do not forget that the illustration is actually taking from how the offline is doing. Okay, so yeah, if you want to see, that's actually not really not consider something very new. Okay, but something that we elaborate to be new, to be in the better position, to be in the better result. Okay, all right. So see the systematic process of what is that in supporting the strategy e-business. Okay, the first is analyze the external and internal environment. So what would be the internal and external environments? And then the second is select the e-business strategy. The third is implement the e-business strategy. After select, we implement. And then the last one is we evaluate. Yeah, it's going to be number four. Okay, we evaluate the success of the e-business. Here to evaluate is mean find out how to give better portions or how to do something better for the how to do something better for the what's that uh, the result okay like what will be the achievement and then how we want to do it to be something better okay is it's like evaluation okay like maybe we do something with a result like 90 or 95 okay so after we evaluate maybe is that possible like we increase to 97, 98, or maybe increase to the maximum 100 okay that's what we mean by evaluation okay so that's why evaluation is putting on the very last okay now and then see this analyze the company external and internal environment okay so in traditional strategic planning model managers identify their company strengths and their weaknesses, as well as the obstacles and also opportunities in their business environment. So if you if one day all of you becoming a young entrepreneur, honor your own business, yeah, whether electronic one or digital one, a digital startup probably, yeah, you guys can analyze, okay, can learn to analyze uh, something considered external and then internal, okay. Now they are often ready to make strategic decisions that seek to balance their company's competencies with the business opportunities around them. So this type is equally crucial for e-business planning. So why they put it in the very beginning, yeah, okay? Why they put in the very beginning because uh, this is considered the first one, okay, the very first step that before they execute their business strategy, choose their business strategy, maybe they want to understand first about what will be their environment situation, okay, can they apply or not this strategy, and then what do they need, yeah, what do they need to what's that what do they need to apply for this strategy what they need to prepare okay so we need to analyze first the first is me analyze the internal okay so all of you should understand already the words of internal there's everything inside the organization inside the company okay now what about for external one will be more like competencies okay is there anyone who do the same business uh, that's mean how the how their business process, how their business result, okay, and then how tough they are existing for you. Yeah? Okay, how tough they are existing, how dangerous they are existing uh, to you. Okay, so that will be the external some example of the external environment. Okay, because you nowadays do something new maybe not so easy okay that's why as young entrepreneur there are many young entrepreneur that who compete okay who keep compete with each other to come up with something new to come up with something new digital startup product okay e-commerce product that they can compete and they can reach to the top okay so I that's why this is very big burden okay it's a very big burden that um, for young entrepreneur yeah okay for young entrepreneur that I mean for millennial okay those who wants to go for something new okay so very challenge okay very challenge right. Okay so that will be the first one yeah we analyze the company external and internal So after they understand all the situation and condition in the internal one, and then they understand about the external one, okay, so they can start to see what strategy e-business that they could use. Okay, now the selection of e-business strategy requires solid knowledge on of how the e-business can create economic value for the firm. Okay, now for the successful one, okay, for the successful one, this they need to know basically like how what will be the best, what will be the result, yeah, what will be the result that they must find out, okay, what will be the result they must find out, because uh like such company as like such enterprise, yeah, SME, such enterprise, mm, because they are about like small to the medium, so they still not consider large, yeah, or big enterprise. So they need to have a proper analyzation day before they choose their their strategy. Otherwise, they will halfway. Yeah, if they halfway wrong, maybe they still can restart. Yeah, okay. But if they almost done in the end, full they go through this strategy and then finally no result. So this one maybe will, yeah, will waste some times, right? So that is what I mean. Okay, and then successful one can know how to identify the scope of the activities, determine which product, clients, and geographic markets that they should, yeah, that they should target. So they must, it means they must know like what will be their target. Okay, they must know also their products can be market, yeah, where, and then geographically they also must know where will be the best place. Okay, so it's been here, this is more or less go to the strategy, go to the strategy. So everyone will try to create better strategy based on their activities, based on their market, and then based on their business. Okay, come to this strategy that mean cannot be forced. Yeah. Okay, let's say for example, some people who develop their business, which is quite compete, but they already find their they already find a very nice market, okay, a nice location, right? So they will just set up from here, okay, because that will be their, that maybe that, because that one is their strategy, okay. So after they find out from their strategy, after they find out this is the place there where they can go, this is where they can develop, yeah, it's okay. That's mean they will choose here, okay. But uh, sometimes they don't want, maybe that's mean they disagree with their locations, with the markets, so they have to change them. They have to do new analysis again. They have to start all over again, and then do something new and see whether where is the where will be their destination, okay, with the product, with the activities, with the services, okay, with their customer, okay, and then with their best outcomes, yeah, based on the markets that they would like to go, okay. So that will be the second side, second side of their strategy that they have to use. So think about where will be the location, yeah, where will be the location they want to go, and then how they market their product, then who will be the clients, maybe can see from the age, yeah? They can see from the age, can see from their gender, okay. You see, like nowadays I think, if you guys notice, like uh, let's say like coffee, okay, nowadays coffee, many organizations develop their products using, I mean their coffee's product, and I notice they quite concerned about the millennial market. Yeah? Okay, I have seen already several of the organizations. They really put target a very high even, the target with the age. Okay, like between 17 or 18. Yeah, maximum until 24 to 25 maximum. Okay, some even like to take between 19 to 23 or 24. So I see, uh, But this is what the target that they really concern. Okay, they really concern, and of course there must be a reason why they are very concerned with those market. Okay, now this one is why I'm talking about the products about coffee, but then there are still many products services that can be analyzed to find out like uh, what is actually their market. Okay, now the third step is about implement it. So this one will be just direct after we find out what will be their market. Okay, so we can start to plan. We can start to plan to implement it. Okay, we can start to plan to implement it by choosing the right way and choosing the right way the right uh, is that instructions planning on how we want to implement it. Okay, so defining the target client base, a location, market. Okay, for the new or traditional product. Okay, so they are the enterprise manager, yeah, for the small medium, yeah. Enterprise manager, they can plan and they should plan the implementation of their business. Okay, so it's like uh, next step now. Okay, next step after implement, yeah, next step after they implement the strategy, that's mean they need to find out how they should go for implement it, because if you only set up without implementation, then you cannot see the result. Okay, so suggested is mean you need to implement it. Okay, you need to implement, then only you know uh, how how is the outcome, okay, so because after implement we will have the result, we will get the outcome. So after we get the outcome, what we need to do is we need to evaluate, right? So that's why implementing maybe is not easy, okay, because implementing will be the result. Yeah, like when, like it's just like when people when people arrange or making their final paper, is it they will have to do analyze, yeah, okay, they have to do analyze, and then they need to think about what kind of method that they have to use, right? What is methodology they want to use, what is the concept they want to use. After this they will think about uh, implement it. Okay, yeah, they need to implement, because if they don't implement, then they cannot know the result. Yeah? The implementation is meant to help them to find out the data, yeah, the result, the output. Okay, that is what they know, this is what they want. Like strategy already done, yeah, what products to sell, what services to promote, what strategy that they need to use, and then genders, location, ages, and all those things. Now, all this has been done under a very perfect strategy, yeah, a very standby, complete strategy. Then only they execute. Yeah. So in the file paper, it's the same. Yeah. Implementation is made. We do the uh, we do the data implementation. Yeah. After we do analyze, after we do the research, right? Then we choose the method, right? Choose the method, then we implement it, and we test it all, right? Yeah, we run it. Yeah, we run it. Then only we can know what will be the result. Okay, because if we don't do that, we don't know. Okay, we don't know whether our analyzation has been considered correct, or is there anything else that maybe we need to change. Okay, or what will be the problems? Is that going to be like products productivity, or is that going to be about the users, yeah, the client? Okay, like maybe wrong target, maybe, yeah, okay, or like wrong target can be wrong ages, maybe, yeah, wrong ages, or maybe wrong gender, maybe, yeah, okay, because we don't know. Every time we sell or we produce a product, and then after we produce for a few terms, then only we can find out like how is the how is the product market, right? But uh, the strategy here is meant not to guess, not to do guessing. Okay, so we are not doing guessing. Okay, we are. we are trying to implement the strategy nearly 100% based on our strategy. Okay, so we try not to do like okay, we do this, okay, we plan like A, B, C, and D. Okay, so we implement the A, B, C, and D. So we don't care whether we can do it or not. How is the result? We just implement A, B, C, and D. Then later only we see the result. We cannot do that. Okay, so we must really set a very good strategy. For example, A, B, and C only. Okay, so A, B, and C. Target A, B, and C must be around 90 to 95. That's the target. Okay, so after you implement your strategy, you must make sure after the implementation you must have around 90 to 95. You cannot uh, you may not expect that the result below 90 or below 80 even, because if that is too far, that maybe you can consider totally fail in implementing your in setting your strategy, in choosing your strategy. So that's why strongly suggest uh, do not guess like simply set up the strategy and then implement it. After implement it, only we see how. Okay. This is not really strong. This is not really suggested. Okay. Now the best way is really put a proper strategy. Okay, really put a proper strategy. Try it. Really analyze it. Okay, and then uh, put a better preparation in all your strategy. Then only you implement it. Okay, so basically the result will not be so far different. Like target maybe 90 to 95. If you still can get 87, 85, or 85 to 87 or 89, that one still considered fine. Okay, but if you got like below 60 or 40 or 50, that one is too far. Yeah? Okay, that one is maybe very problem in the analyzation, or very problem in the strategy planning. Okay, so yeah, that is what is basically we need to really taking care. Yeah, when we go through the this kind of strategy. Okay, because if wrong strategy, then we if wrong strategy we still can change it, but after we implement it, sometimes uh, we already waste some of the materials, we already waste the time, waste the cost. Okay, yeah, that's what we trying to avoid. Okay, this is like what people say the risk management. Okay. But of course, sometimes risk cannot be predicted. Everyone also understand. If you can predict yourself, everybody don't fail in business already, correct? Yeah. But when setting up the strategy, that means uh, we must really 100% seriously focusing, analyze the analyze the uh, analyze the data, analyze all, and then choose the right strategy, then only we implement. Okay, so that's what the third one. And then we go to the fourth one is about evaluation. Yeah, so this is the last one. We evaluate the success of the e-business. So you see, guys, success, yeah, evaluate the success, and we not evaluate the failure. So how if we fail? If we fail, that's mean if we fail, that's mean we need to uh, yeah, replan lah. Okay, we need to replan, we need to review, yeah, redesign. Okay. So that is basically we need to do, because yeah, if you feel that's when we need to evaluate, we need to replan again. Okay, so that is what they mean evaluation. Yeah, so that's why the step for evaluation is not evaluating the failure, but we evaluate the success. Okay, now after acquiring a sense of understanding of how to create economic value with e-business and determining the firm's desired positioning, the managers must finalize objectives relating to the sales growth, cost reductions, and productivity. Okay, So this is basically how they do it, yeah, and how they set. So later, after we evaluate, then we can see, like for example, uh, our target is 90%, okay? But if we reach 87% or 85%, this is good already, okay? It's good already. Uh, that means we evaluate why we cannot reach to 90%, okay? Now, how if target 90%, but we reach 90 up, we reach above 90%, this is mean excellent uh, outcome, okay? It is mean more than what we expect, right? Yeah, so that's mean how basically the evaluations need to do it. But how if we fail? Yeah, if we fail, that's mean we same fail. We also need to evaluate. Okay, but the failure here is mean we need to evaluate. We need to start all over again. Start from analyze and then go for uh, strategy, chosen, then implement again. Okay, so the step will be just like that. Okay, so analyze, choose the proper one, implement it, and then evaluate. So the start the step will be always like that. Okay. So that will be the process there. That is the process. And then um, but mainly many startup also fail. Yeah, okay. Not view also. Yeah, not view also. They fail halfway, or maybe they fail after few years. Yeah, okay. Now, if you want to find out how can it be happen, of course, many reasons. Yeah, okay, many reasons. But that is not going to be that's not going to be the main topic. Okay, but the most is mean how they can change it. Okay, how they can change it, and then how they can review again, and then how they can compete again and develop again. Okay, so that will be that was be the question. Okay, that they need to find out the problem solving. Yeah, the problem solving. Okay, so they must also select the indicators that will enable them to access, the success, of e-business solutions scorecard, like how can show their financial, their client, internal process, learning growth indicators that can be of other tools. So this is mean some of the preparation, yeah, or some of the notes that they have to take down means they also need to taking care of the indicators, okay, the indicators of successful of business. Like just now we were saying 90% target. If we got 80%, 85%, yeah, we need to find out what indicators that maybe we need to focus, okay, so we can reach the target or even we exceed the target, okay, and then showing finance, yeah, clients, then their internal process, yeah, it means like finance is also one of the internal process, yeah. Then productivity, productions, maintenance, all those things will be internal process they need. And then giving learning and also the growth indicator, okay, as a tools for them to make something better. Okay, I cannot reach my target, yeah, 90%. So what should I do? Okay, then I can reach my target again. Okay, so that will be always the solution. Yeah, thinking about the solution on how we want to start over or to make something better. Okay. Okay. So that will be about the strategy. How we can use for the management of e-business process. Um, okay. Before that, is there any questions, class?
No
Yes.
question, sir.
No question. Yeah. Okay. Good. Uh, okay. So that will be that will be the process. Okay. Like means always start from searching, yeah, analyze internet external, and then go to choose the best solution, best strategy, and then we implement it. Okay. After that, we evaluate. Yeah. So just remember like how we do final paper, right? Yeah. So we analyze what we want to do for the research, okay, and then we prepare all the data, Okay, we find the previous research, do analysis, then we choose the strategy. Yeah, we choose the strategy, we choose the method, concept, then we implement it. Okay, sure we can get the data, sure we can get the output. Yeah, but how the output? That's mean our expectation. Yeah, if your output not in your expectation, that's mean you need to change again, right? Yeah, because if you don't change, that's mean you cannot reach your target, you cannot reach your output. Okay, so it's just the same. Okay, maybe that this is just two different things, but they use the same. I mean, use the same outline. Okay, so from analyze, strategy, implement, and evaluate. Okay, all right. Okay, so if you have no question, then we will stop here. Okay. So next week is going to be for the meeting egg. Next week we go for new topic again. Then for the postpone of the midterm, okay, don't forget that's going to be presented by meeting 11. Okay, so we put on the very last meeting before the submission of the final project. Okay, okay, so that's all from for today's sessions. As if you have no more questions, then I will end up the session. Okay, so thank you so much for all your participations, yeah, especially for today, especially also for the corporations, all of you. So I will see you back again for next week, okay, meeting it with a new topic. So for this topic has been posted also in the Google Classroom. Okay, so kindly go in and check. Okay, all right. So that's all for today. Thank you. See you again for next week and stay safe to all of us. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
sir.